The Impossible Survivors. Chief Evaluator Zephyr 9 adjusted his crystalline viewing apparatus as he floated in the observation chamber high above the testing facility. His 6 optical sensors focused on the latest subject, a being from the recently discovered planet Terra. The creature called itself Commander Riley Martinez, and like all specimens from that peculiar world, it radiated an unsettling calmness that made Zephyr 9's bioluminescent patches flicker with anxiety. For 3,000 galactic cycles, the consortium had tested every species that achieved space travel. The evaluation protocol determined which civilizations could join the galactic community and which needed further evolution. The tests were designed to push beings to their absolute limits, revealing the true nature of their species' survival capabilities. Initiate Phase 1, Zephyr 9 commanded through his neural link. Below, the testing chamber began its transformation. The temperature sensors showed readings that would freeze the blood of most species. Arctic winds howled through the chamber as ice crystals formed on every surface. Previous subjects had typically entered hypothermic shock within minutes. The delicate veil singers from Andromeda had lasted mere seconds before their ethereal forms began to dissolve. Commander Martinez simply zipped up her jacket and began jogging in place. When the temperature dropped further, she pulled out a compact device and activated it. Heat signatures bloomed around her as the device created a thermal barrier. She even started humming an unfamiliar tune. Temperature reading at -60 standard units, reported Assistant Evaluator Crin 5. Subject appears comfortable? The chamber shifted again. Now scorching heat blazed from every direction. Temperatures that had melted the exoskeletons of the proud warrior beetles of Gamma Centauri. The human removed her outer clothing, used the same device to create a cooling field, and continued her exercises. Impossible, whispered Crin 5. No species has ever adapted to both extremes so quickly. Zephyr 9's optical sensors dimmed with concern. Begin Phase 2. The chamber filled with a thick, suffocating atmosphere of fear-inducing pheromones. Neural disruptors activated, designed to trigger the deepest survival instincts and paralyze subjects with primordial terror. The mighty titan claws of the outer rim had been reduced to quivering masses by this test. Commander Martinez wrinkled her nose and pulled out a small filter mask. "Smells like my brother's gym socks," she muttered, then began doing stretches. When the neural disruptors reached maximum intensity, she closed her eyes and started what appeared to be a meditation technique. The monitoring equipment showed something unprecedented. Her fear responses were not absent, they were actively controlled. She was experiencing the terror but processing it, compartmentalizing it, and continuing to function despite it. Begin Phase 3 immediately, Zephyr 9 ordered, his bioluminescent patches now strobing with alarm. The chamber transformed into a maze of deadly obstacles. Razor-sharp barriers, crushing weights, toxic gases that changed composition every few seconds, and gravitational fields that shifted randomly. It was a puzzle designed to break both body and mind simultaneously. Commander Martinez surveyed the chaos for exactly 30 seconds. Then she began to move. She didn't try to avoid the obstacles. Instead, she used them. When a crushing weight descended, she rolled under it and used its momentum to propel herself forward. When toxic gas filled one section, she held her breath and moved through it quickly, using the gas itself as cover from the next hazard. She turned the gravitational shifts into advantages, timing her movements to use the forces rather than fight them. "She's not solving the puzzle," Crin 5 observed with amazement. "She's rewriting it." Within minutes, Commander Martinez had crossed the chamber and was standing calmly at the exit. The testing system, designed to run for hours, had been completed in 12 minutes and 37 seconds. "Emergency protocols," Zephyr 9 announced. "Skip to Phase 7. The final test was psychological isolation. Complete sensory deprivation in a chamber that simulated the void of space. Most species broke within hours. The longest recorded survival was held by the sage minds of the Crystal Nebula, who had lasted 4 days before their collective consciousness shattered. Commander Martinez was placed in the isolation chamber. For the first hour, she appeared to sleep. For the second hour, She began what looked like complex mathematical calculations, using her fingers to work through problems in the air. By the third hour, she was exercising. By the fourth, she was singing again. Days passed. The human showed no signs of psychological breakdown. Instead, she appeared to be thriving. She created games for herself, told stories to imaginary audiences, and even began what appeared to be a detailed planning session for agricultural improvements on her home planet. After 7 days, Zephyr 9 could stand it no longer. He activated the emergency communication system. Human Martinez, his synthesized voice echoed in the chamber. How are you maintaining psychological stability? Commander Martinez looked up at the ceiling with genuine surprise. Oh, hello there. I was wondering when you'd check in. I'm doing fine, thanks. This is actually quite peaceful. Reminds me of the meditation retreats we used to do back in the Rockies. You find this peaceful? Well, sure. No comm chatter, no deadlines, no emergency alerts. Just time to think. Though I have to ask, is this the actual test? Because I've been through survival training that made this look like a spa vacation. Zephyr 9's optical sensors focused more intently. Survival training? Standard military preparation. We spent weeks in the Sahara Desert with minimal supplies, months in the Arctic with just basic gear, and don't get me started on the underwater survival course. One time we had to survive in the Amazon rainforest for a month with nothing but a knife and a water purifier. The observation chamber fell silent. Assistant Evaluator Crin 5 was the first to speak. These were training exercises for your species? Commander Martinez nodded cheerfully. Basic stuff, really. Most Earth kids do rougher camping trips with their families. We've got deserts that'll cook you in the day and freeze you at night, mountains that'll crush you with pressure or suffocate you with thin air, oceans that'll drown you or poison you, and forests full of things that want to eat you. Plus earthquakes, volcanoes, hurricanes, tornadoes, blizzards, and droughts. Oh, and don't forget the parasites and diseases. Your planet actively tries to kill you, Zephyr 9 stated, his bioluminescent patches now cycling through colors that had no names in any galactic language. Pretty much, Commander Martinez agreed. That's why we call it home. It made us tough. Your tests are actually pretty considerate compared to what Earth throws at us on a Tuesday. The silence stretched for several minutes. Finally, Zephyr 9 activated the chamber release protocols. Commander Martinez, he said as she emerged, in 3,000 cycles of testing, no species has ever passed all phases of the evaluation protocol. Really? She looked genuinely surprised. What usually happens? Most species fail at least 5 of the 7 phases. We designed the tests to represent the absolute limits of survival capability. Commander Martinez considered this. I guess that makes sense. Most planets are probably more hospitable than Earth. We're kind of used to everything trying to kill us. Your species designation is being changed, Zephyr 9 announced. From candidate species to apex survivors. The consortium has never encountered anything like your kind. We prefer humans, Commander Martinez said with a smile. And we're actually pretty friendly once you get to know us. Earth might be harsh, but it taught us to work together. We'd love to be part of your galactic community. As Commander Martinez was escorted to the diplomatic quarters, Zephyr 9 began composing the most important report in consortium history. The galaxy was about to meet its first species that didn't just survive impossible odds, they thrived in them. The age of human exploration had begun, and the galaxy would never be the same.